So you had segregation. You had segregation by law. The city of Manassas, I would say that it was more liberal than most places I had been. They hadn't done, you couldn't go into the restaurants, or you didn't go into the restaurants. And perhaps that, I think that may have been because it was a law in the area. I think some of the people here would have been forward in allowing it. But they might have had, I had no problems here. I had no problems. I haven't had any problem in Manassas since I've been here that I could really label some little acts here. But I don't have any problem, anything that I could really label that was something on the city. I just don't have it. Maybe somebody else has had it, but I haven't.
What kind of things did you do when you got here that may have helped civil rights? I know you said you were part of the business board and.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know, when civil rights came up, when the thing began to come, I stood in front of the mirror and said, how do you play this? See? So I decided, and I'm going to put it just like it is, I'd be myself. I would not be an Uncle Tom because I'm not an Uncle Tom. Never been an Uncle Tom. And I would not be, what's the word for when you're looking for trouble? The word won't come to me.
I know what you mean.
I need the word.
Revolutionist.
No, not revolutionist. Something. I wouldn't be looking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be walking around with a chip on my shoulder. See? And as a result, I got along pretty good. When I saw anything in the community that I thought might be working up to something, I would personally call one or two people and talk with them and tell them. And that was a case where I called the mayor of the city, and I called the county attorney, and I called the head of the police department at the time. And I told them that there was a little situation going on, that some people, I said, I don't know if you've heard it, that some people are talking about and adding something to. And I says, I don't think we want this in the city.
Can you elaborate on what that was, or?
Well, there was one section that they claimed that the police were doing something. You follow me? To blacks. And when I said that, I said this to all three of them. I don't know if the situation was going on, if they were really doing it or not, but anyway, it faded out. I was never looking to get my name in lights.
Mm-hmm.
I preferred to, still prefer to do it, to work. I wouldn't say it's undercover, but I prefer to work in an easier way.
Do you remember what year this was?
I don't know, I don't remember that. That was just something that was with passing. In other words, I only used as an example to say, if I saw something happening that I thought was going to end up with a racial thing, then I simply tried to talk to somebody terrific.
Right. Did you go to the March on Washington?
No, I didn't go. And I guess if I'm making excuses because I was film director and I didn't have somebody to cover my business, and so I had to stay all the time so I could be free to go on this, because I didn't have another film director here. If I got down there in the March and had a call, I didn't have nobody to take it. So I think that was my reason, I think.
What kind of legacy do you think your business has left within the Northern Virginia black community?
Oh, I think we're respected a little bit.
I think so.
historian and would. I think we're respected of it. I hope.
What do you see, how do you feel things have changed since the signing of the Civil Rights Act?
Here or all over?
Here. Here in Northern Virginia and Virginia.
You know, I could talk about over the country better than I could in Northern Virginia. I don't think we've got anything going over here that's a whole lot different than elsewhere. You know, I see a lot of things happening since in Northern Virginia is a strange place anyway.
Why do you say that?
Well, first of all, we have a strange economy. If I went back to my county that I was born in, Northampton County, and the guy was supposed to come in, maybe they said 4:30. If I went back home, the average income, whatever it is, you're not going to find that many people way down under it, or that many people way up over it. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can walk, because I've served all over the counties, but I can walk in a church. I won't say my church. I want to say my church, but I can walk in a church on Sunday morning, and I could easily pick out 4 couples, I'll keep it low, that are 6 figures, about 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
And seated right with them, I could pick out either a survivor or 4 couples that had never made, no, I'm going to give you a high figure, never made $30,000 in their life a year. Now I could have put that 30 way down low. See, you've got some, let's say we got a colonel there. He got out of this service with, what was his pay, 60, 70,000. He takes half of it home. So he got 30,000 to take home. Because of his qualification, he's going in a job that he's possibly going to make 50, 60. I had a cousin who took a job and he couldn't take the salary. The salary they were offering for the job and he came out was more than he was allowed to make, you see. So this means that you've got things financially high for this person. And this person can hardly make it. That makes it a strange, it's tough for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you wouldn't find that at home.
It's
See,
more even.
Yeah, if you were selling if somebody was selling a house at home public auction, you wouldn't find a person there who could just decide, look, I'll pay twice as much for it because I want the location. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't find that. You could find that here. So that's the big thing I see about Northern Virginia, or anywhere that you've got all these government workers and people who are just really playing the system. You know, there are a lot of people, if you know the system, you can really get over it if you got certain qualifications and you know the system.
Yeah. You had mentioned a story, I believe, where someone was trying to sell you insurance and there was a picture of an African-American girl.
Oh yeah, that person was from somewhere. I don't even want to mention that kind of stuff.
Okay.
That was somebody that came back in. I don't know whether he was just somebody coming straight through. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
They were here and they might have been from Southwest Virginia or Northwest somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to put that in.
Okay.
Because people take things like that and run with them. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was something I hardly knew the man. I was going to throw him out of here.
Yeah.
And,
Kind of tells you that in different parts of the country there were different
different people.
different attitudes towards race. Yeah. Is there anything else that you could tell us that you want to tell us before we?
No,
wrap
I
this up?
think here in Manassas especially, I think that we've done pretty well with it. It's a lot that we could. There's still some things that we need to work on from both sides. You follow me? I can't think of any instant where somebody has been, oh, you can think of some little games and this, but I'm talking about when the government is with it and when it's status quo. I can't think of anything here that would be so outstanding or out of language that you could come out in the newspaper somewhere and say, well, they did this, they segregated here, they did this. It's been pretty decent. Not what it should be, but taking the overall for the whole country, I think we rate pretty good compared to the whole country.
And you never had any problems trying to register to vote or to
Oh,
vote?
no, I ain't had none of that. No, that hasn't, I don't think they started that here yet. I don't know if they will. I've never had any problem.
So if you were to say to Congressman Connolly why this project's important, do you have any opinion on that?
Well, it's important because you need to let people know what has happened. My fear for the young people, and this is in both races, is that they don't really, there's so many of them who don't really know how the country got built or produced. And they don't know the sufferings of some people. And they don't know the people responsible for these sufferings. So they don't get a chance to really know and to